Yeah, honestly, if my daughter, one of my family members came home with a black dude, I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where you find this for at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really would be like that. Shout out to him.
It's a
I
black
never gave him
doctor
the.
out there who was raised right, raised under God, or at least just a foundation of morality to where he lives right, respects people, treats people kind, takes care of his family, his kids, treats his woman with respect. That's what I would want for my daughter. So let's get into this Lefty Gunplay. Um, this is something I wanted to take the time to think about before I present it. And the reason is because I have love for my Mexican familia. And I think there's a lot that can be said between the lines, um, that I felt I didn't want to offend any of my Mexican family and friends. So I'm going to address my people, black people, and I would like other Mexicans of Latino descent, whatever, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever, uh, to chime in and hear me out on this too. But I'm gonna speak to my people. So two things I'm gonna say. First and foremost, the first record label I signed to was called Familiar Inc. Mexicans love them to death. So um, I live in San Diego now. From my experience, the Mexican females out here love black men, or at least they love me. And I'm not saying that in a funny way or anything, trying to be like, nah, they really like me out here. Um, the second part of this is I heard somebody say that this mentality he has comes from prison politics. And that could be true. I don't know. What I will say about prison is let me help you get a structure of this. So it's different for Mexicans in Southern California and Northern California. The Norteños function with blacks. So we're very close in Northern California. We function together. Not to say the Serranos and blacks don't function in the South together at times, I guess, but it's more known that they at odds with each other. Whether they're just at war or not, that's one thing. But they don't function together like we do in Northern California. And a good idea for people. This is the politics you don't know. I did 5 years in prison, the last 4 years on a level 4. So I understand a lot of shit you don't think I know about. So when I'm talking about the structure of the politics, hear me out on this. I know what I'm saying. In the prison system, the Serranos function with the whites. The Norteños function with the blacks. Yeah, so if it was a riot on the yard and say it was the right whites and Serranos, it would be the Norteños and blacks. It wouldn't be like the Norteños and Serranos against the whites and the blacks, and it wouldn't be like a culture thing. It wouldn't be one race against the other. The Mexicans would be split. So that should give you an idea. Now, Lefty Gunplay is from Southern California, Serrano territory. If I'm correct, he's a Serrano. I didn't get deep into it, but I think he's a Serrano. So for me, I wasn't surprised to hear that. But I will say this. Though in prison, the Serranos function with the woods, and I'll give you a quick instance. Like, say the Serranos and blacks get into a riot, and we all go on lockdown. We we all function with each other. We look out for each other. Shout out to Player and Evil, 2001 High Desert. Um, I'm just saying, man, like it's a weird political structure. It's weird because as a human, we're all separated though by the politics of where we come from, the environment. But as humans, we fuck with each other. But the separation in the gangs and whatnot keep us apart. So let's get into this with Lefty Gunplay because for me, I'm not surprised he said it, but the fact that he said it is what's alarming. Um, because of the culture he's involved in from a black man's perspective, which is rap, hip hop. You function with black people. I want you to pay attention to something he said. And I'm like I said, I'm not gonna. I love my Mexicans to even get deep in that, but I have heard from people I love that are Mexican that Mexicans aren't raised to be racist per se, but they are kind of taught not to really function with blacks in a certain way. If to my Mexican familiar, you can explain that to me. I'm not gonna put the names of the people who have said these things to me, but if there's anything that you can help us understand within the Mexican culture when it comes to other cultures, please help me understand that, especially when it comes to how you look at the black race as a whole from a perspective of a Mexican looking at black culture. Because I feel like hip hop culture is what's ruined it for black people. This hip hop culture, street shit, has fucked up our whole look and perspective to where we're looked at as nothing but negativity. With that said, this gets deep. So, Lefty, and this is what I'm gonna say to Lefty, and what I'm gonna say to people. He didn't say his exact words was, I'd be, well, not exact per se, but he said he would be pissed if his daughter came home with a his daughter came home with a black man. And this is what he said. I'll never forget how he said it because it was a natural conversation. And if you pay attention, like I do, the details of how people talking, he caught himself at the end. This is what he said. He said if his daughter bring a black man home, he gonna be like, and then he did it like this, like, where you find that food from? Where you get this food? Now, yeah, people say the word fool when they regard each other. Some of these men call each other bitches. No, 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 no. You got to pay attention to the way he said it. It was so natural in conversation. He didn't really, I think he kind of forgot he's on a podcast. If you look, he was around his people. I don't know if they were Serranos or not, but they were Mexican or of Latino descent, I think. So he was comfortable in this element where he was talking and he wasn't really paying attention and thinking that he was on camera. I know he was, but I don't, you get comfortable and you just get the and you get to speaking, and he spoke too fast, and that's what caught me when he's like, where you get this food? Wait, what you mean? What you mean food? Why we got to be that? He did not say a Asian, a Indian, a white man. He specified a black man, and then he went into his reasons, valid, unvalid. That's for you to decide. I'm gonna say this stuff. Know a lot of Mexicans in SoCal who disagree with them. They date black people. They let their daughters date black men. Man, I'm gonna say this. This is where we check ourselves. I'm not here to hate on that man, but basically what he told you was he does not want his daughter with a person like him. This man is a gang member. He's part of hip hop culture, which black culture. His whole demeanor and lifestyle comes from black culture. Not to say Mexicans aren't gangsters or whatnot, but the way he dresses, the way he talks, and everything derives from black culture, black street culture. You're fucking with black people, and to my brothers, you gotta pay attention. I feel like do what you want, but if you do music with this man, that's a slap in our face. I feel like black people, I'm not saying steer away from them. What I'm saying is pay attention and believe what you heard. Now let's get into the deeper part of this. So what does he mean by that? So are you saying all black men are just destructive pieces of shit? Like what did he mean by that? What do you look at black men as? And why do you work with us if that's the case? Why accept our money? And now pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. People gonna do what they need to do. We live in a facade type of world, right? So why wouldn't he just fake it to make it with us? He know he kind of need that black cultural support. Not saying his Mexican family won't support him, but in hip hop is black. The culture you gon' need that support one way or the other. You can get by for a little bit, but you need that support. You come in and get washed right out, right? So why wouldn't he fake it to make it? Why wouldn't he really hate us but smile in our face and act like he doesn't? You really got to think about what I'm saying now. Now pay attention to this. He's a gangster, he tattooed up artist. Ask yourself this: would you want that man dating your daughter? Will he want his daughter dating a Mexican like him? It's okay to date a Mexican like him, a gangster Asian, a gangster Indian, a gangster white man, but not the black man. That man is looking at himself and telling us he don't even like himself. He telling us he ain't even good enough for your daughter. Look at what I'm saying, man. So if it's a black doctor out there who was raised right, raised under God, or at least just a foundation of morality to where he lives right, respects people, treats people kind, takes care of his family, his kids, treats his woman with respect. That's what I would want for my daughter. Your color ain't gonna matter to me. I'm gonna want you to treat my daughter good. So let's get into that perspective. What is he a reflection of? So he's good for somebody's daughter. Listen to his music. His name is Lefty Gunplay. But the black man ain't good enough. So, but the Mexican gangster is the Mexican, whatever the Latino, the Asian, the Caucasian, whatever it is you hate about black people that you don't want to see your daughter bring them home. You don't see that in anybody else. There's no good black people in this world. I'm telling y'all gotta pay attention to what he said. He's basically letting us know he don't fuck with black men. We're pieces of shit, really. As far as I'ma just, he didn't per se say that, but that's how you have to take that. Now, like I say, if I met Lefty Gunplay, I wouldn't steer away from him. I'd see him and say what's up to him. I don't have a problem with him as a person, and all that respecting the person being real. Yeah, you. That's what you do. You respect his realness, and then you treat him accordingly. Meaning, okay, I see how you really feel, so I gotta kind of step away from you. But I'll say what's up to you. Know what I mean? But I know how you feel about me. I'm not good enough for you to bring home to your own family. You think we're just not cool. I'm telling you, man, it's deep. And that's what I say. I don't want to even talk bad about them. I don't know them, and I don't want to say other stuff that could rub my Mexican familiar and friends the wrong way, because I got love for my Mexicans. Period. It ain't even my first love was Mexican. Like, and that's just real. My stepmom was Mexican. Shout out to Deborah. I grew up in the under when I lived with my dad. I was being raised by a Mexican stepmom. Excuse me. We called her mom, respectfully. So my mom is in my life. Don't get that twisted by me saying that. That's just the respect we have for her. We called her mom. So I would not speak negatively about Mexicans, but I want y'all to understand that these are the type of things that we have to take into consideration as black people. Take this serious, man. Don't hate this man. He just ain't. He's young. He has to grow. He needs more wisdom. He needs more experience in life. Prison and the streets don't make you a man. I'm telling you that. That don't make you nothing. What you become after that, that shows if you're a man or not. Trust me, man. I'm speaking from experience, not just from me, but from what I know and see with others. Conversations is real. I was on a level 4, so I understand shit, y'all. Just like I say, the politics, a lot of stuff. This is experience. I'm speaking wisdom right now, and I'm keeping it tame because I love my people. I could go in on this in a whole nother manner to where it's like, but I want to talk to my people, and I want my black people to wake up. This is really how they feel about us, and then they take our money, they work with us, and I ain't talking about just Mexicans. I'm talking about the world. This is what they feel about us, and you need to wake up to that. I ain't gonna get any more deeper into it. I think I've said enough about that. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Would you let your daughter date a black man? Me personally, I don't care who my daughter bring home as long as they respect her and me, the parents, the family, the structure. But definitely treat my daughter right and respect my daughter. And you good. Amityville, man. Let me know what y'all think.